blackouts, Betty. Tell us about them.
Well, even the gas mantles and the clothes had to be put out. So when you heard the sirens, it was shoot with the lights and up with the black curtains, you know. But we weren't that bothered, because the blackouts were a lot of fun. Because, see, you didn't know who you were up the close with.
How did you mean up the close?
Well, you'd be up the close with some young fella getting hammered, and all you had to go on was the light at the end of your fag.
What about your husband Charlie during the war?
I was just glad that Charlie was away in Normandy. Because when the cat's away, you know, that's what my pal Rose used to say. I mind meeting this boy at a party now. He had managed to avoid the draft and I couldn't his horns.
His hands?
Aye, his fingers. See, they were too long and thick. They're like a big bunch of bananas. So, see, he couldn't pull the triggers on the rifles. But his fingers were perfect for pulling my trigger, if you know what I mean. I didn't know if I was coming or going.
Betty, I think if you're saying what I think you're saying, we better not go into that.
See, the thing was, I mind sitting next to this boy with the long fingers at a party that my mother had thrown for my sister. And suddenly all the sirens went off and the lights went out and we just get fired into each other. My dress was up and my drawers were down and that was it. I wasn't missing out on that chance. But see, Rose was sitting next to him and also he starts getting her pelters too. Everybody thought we were screaming on account of the bombs.
That's fine, thank you.
See, I used to get cheese out of Cochrane's, and in them days cheese came in big huge chunks like the size of a puffy. And with your ration book you were only allowed 2 ounce. But I came to an arrangement with a man that worked in the shop. He says to me if I went in the back and dropped him and let him rattle me in the big cheese, I could take him as much as I could claw.
Tell us about the bananas. Oh, never mind the bananas.
Well, there was the butchers, you know. Just a young lad worked in the butcher, so he was a good 10 years younger than me. He just looked like a boy. My, what a size. He could have hung a duffel coat on it with 2 bottles of iron brew in the pockets.
Betty, please.
Sometimes I was in there for hours. What a boy. One day I even come up the road without the meat. Just plain forgot.
Now, your husband Charlie was home to his family. Tell us what it was like to have him back.
Oh, it was garbage. 6 years he'd been away and that was him back under my feet making a nuisance of himself. See, he was barmy after what the Japs had done to him. Wish the Japs had kept him. The bamboo, used to shout out during the night. He was bedridden for a year.
Oh, that's terrible.
Aye, it was, because it meant if I wanted a plunge, I couldn't use the bed. I had to go outside and use the shed.